The tropics are really heating up this weekend. In fact, we have a new tropical depression that formed late on Friday, Tropical Depression 19. We also have Paulette, which is expected to become a hurricane, Renee out in the East Atlantic, and 1, 2, 3 other systems to watch, 2 of which are tropical waves coming off the coast of Africa with higher chances of developing into named storms over the next 5 days. I want to start off focusing on, though, Tropical Depression 19, which formed late on Friday. This has been moving from the Bahamas over into southern Florida. While we're seeing influence from land, it's likely throughout the rest of Saturday morning hours going to stay a tropical depression, but then once it moves over the Gulf of Mexico, will strengthen into a tropical storm. Sally is the next name on the list. Now, here's the track from the National Hurricane Center, the 5 a.m. advisory. You'll notice this thing as we head through the end of the weekend. It's going to be cutting northwest over the Gulf of Mexico, slowing down as it's nearing the coast early next week. So as it's doing so, it's going to have the opportunity to strengthen into a high-end tropical storm, maybe even a low-end Category 1 hurricane. And then meanwhile, it is pulling a lot of tropical moisture, heavy rains, and the potential for some inland flooding right along the central Gulf Coast. So that's what we're watching very closely. There's already tropical storm watches up for parts of the Emerald Coast, the Florida Panhandle. This includes Panama City Beach, Fort Walton Beach, that whole area down into the Big Bend there. And those areas could potentially see tropical storm conditions in the next 48 hours. So it's tropical storm watch. Now let me show you the future radar. This is the European model, just to tell you an idea of how this all plays out. Here we are as we head through Saturday afternoon. And then we get into the end of the weekend. By Sunday, this is over the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Now it's moving northwestward, and as it continues on that track, the steering currents are kind of weakening in terms of how quickly this thing's getting pushed along. So watch how it almost stalls out as it's nearing the coast late Monday into Tuesday, right there near New Orleans. And then wherever it ends up going, that's where we're going to see a concentration of very high rainfall potential over a several-day period. Now, this model shows that Thursday morning, yes, all the way into next Thursday, it is still dumping heavy rain through southern and lower Mississippi and Alabama. Now, the track of this, where that moisture ends up heading, could certainly change significantly. So this is one that we need to watch over North Georgia very closely, because if we see a change and it gets pulled up quicker, that could end up increasing our rain potential. Here's the rain the next 5 days from that same European model. This shows that this area in yellow right here could potentially see 7 to 10 inches of rain, locally higher than that. Let me push it out to 7 days. Look what this model does. So after the next 5 days, it pulls that moisture back to the east. So you notice how that's bringing more moisture and rain totals into Georgia. So we have to watch this system very closely because it will end up influencing potentially the rainfall totals. Paulette, tropical storm as well. It's expected to become not just a low-end hurricane, but could become a Category 2 hurricane. There was a little island of Bermuda we missed there on the map. That is going to be impacted by Paulette as we head later into Sunday night and first thing Monday morning. So they do have some hurricane warnings up for that area. Renee, also our other named storm right now. This thing's a fish storm, not impacting any land. In fact, the steering currents completely change as we head into early next week, and it takes a direction in the other way. All right, next name on the list, Sally. That will potentially be our system that is in the Gulf of Mexico. We're almost out of names on the list. Once we run out of these names and get past Wilfred, we actually move to the Greek alphabet.